freedom of India. Swaraj term is given by Gandhiji. Swaraj means self-rule. Gandhiji often spoke these words in order to get independence from the British rule. Gandhiji used his power to question the centralized power in the hand of the British. He was against the might is right concept of the British. Gandhiji also followed Quit India movement to make India an independent country.
Whenever we think of Mahatma Gandhi, two words come to our mind: truth and non-violence, as he was a staunch believer in these two ideals. The full name of Gandhiji is Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. He is also known as the father of our nation. He is the apostle of peace, truth and non-violence. He was born on 2nd October 1869 at Porbandar in Gujarat. Truth is the ultimate goal and the means to attain the goal is non-violence or ahimsa. The two are very closely interlinked that one cannot be separated from the other. They are the two sides of the coin. It was therefore advised that truth being our goal, ahimsa should be our supreme duty to achieve the goal. Ahimsa the means, truth is the end. Non-violence is not a negative attitude. It's positive and dynamic. He discovered that the best way to fight and defeat the British Empire is to use simple yet effective means, which is truth and non-violence against the British. I would like to emphasize Albert Einstein's famous words in Gandhi, quote unquote, "Temptations to come will scarce believe that such a one as this ever in flesh and blood walked upon this earth." His message of truth and non-violence is very relevant for us even today for peace, development or in progress in the world. Satyameva Jayanti. Happy Gandhi Jayanti.
Today, 2nd October, we are celebrating Gandhi Jayanti, the birth anniversary of Gandhiji. Do you know who is Mahatma Gandhi? Gandhiji is our father of nation. The full name of Gandhiji is Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. Respectfully, we call him Babuji. He is a great leader who fought against British rule. Gandhi Jayanti is a national festival. It is celebrated all over India to pay tribute and remember his struggles for freedom. Happy Gandhi Jayanti!
I want to say something about Clean India program. I expressly choose this topic because of the increasing need of the cleanliness all around the India, which can only be done by the support of each and every citizen of the country. And nation founder Mahatma Gandhi had said that sanitation is more important than independence. India is still a developing country because of the poverty, lack of education, lack of cleanliness and other social issues. We need to eliminate all the bad reasons from the society causes obstruction in the growth and development of our country. I am pretty sure that clean, happy and healthy citizen imparts healthy and developed nation. It is melancholy and excruciating that 30% of rural homes do not have toilet. I right now appeal to my fellow citizens of India to devote your valuable time to ensure clean India by creating awareness among the unprivileged rural citizens about sanitation and waste management. In addition to the above, I also request all my countrymen to cultivate tolerance and endurance, because when we are attempting clean India one side, the animosity is enhanced among people. It's transparently we witnessed that people are being disparaged. We come across the debates that a wholesale assault on democracy is being excised. So I would like to end up my speech. Yeah, of course, we need clean India, but equally we have to ensure corrupt-free India, terror-free India, and country with endurance without despotism. Thank you.
I have dressed up like Mahatma Gandhi, so I'm gonna deliver a speech on Salt Satyagraha. So let's get started. Starting in 1835, when provinces in India increasingly came under British rule, the British imposed a tax on Indian salt. The tax raised the price of Indian salt, and it made it difficult for Indians, especially poor people, to buy the salt they needed. The salt laws made it illegal for Indians to collect, produce, or sell salt. Anyone who produced or sold salt in India or outside the British, they will be imprisoned for 6 months. Salt is very important because it makes our food taste good, but more importantly, salt is essential for our health. Then soon Gandhiji found it unfair, so he decided to break the law, and he decided to protest against them. He said, next to air and water, salt is perhaps the greatest necessity of life. Then he organized a salt march. It started on Gandhi Ashram in Ahmedabad to the seaside village of Jayanti. It started on 12th of March 1930. It started with Gandhi and 78 people. They walked 240 miles, and they usually used to walk 12 miles a day. And they reached the seaside village of Tandi in 3 weeks. And at the end of the march, Gandhi picked some grains of salt and took a pledge. With these crystals of salt, I'm going to shake the foundation of the British Empire. Then 80,000 Indians along with Gandhi were jailed. Then, but the British administration eventually relented and invited Gandhi to London to discuss reforms in India. Gandhi's salt march got a wide news coverage. It was a turning point in the history of independence movement. Then